So today I have a deck that I got recently. I wanted to back it on Kickstarter. I did not at the time, or I did, I think, and then I had to cancel my pledge. But I recently got it, and so yeah. So let's go ahead and see what we have. I'm not gonna do a card. Like, I probably will pull a card and read it, but this isn't like a card pull video. It's more like a ramble, kind of showing you. I'll probably actually walk through the cards. And created by Emily, illustrated by Jessica. And yeah, she's very nice. She talked with me the other day about I wanted to talk about creating your own deck, and she had I'd seen her on Instagram saying, DM her if you're interested in creating your own deck. So she was very nice to meet with me. She's a very nice person too. So anyway, I wanted to showcase her deck in the future. Because these days now when I'm doing the one card pulls, I'm doing like using the same deck for multiple days in a row. So I already have some videos made for a little while into the future, but I am going to make videos with her deck, one card pulls, but it won't be right now. So today I just want to go ahead and show you the deck if you have never seen it before. So it comes in this lovely box. You know me, I love, or if you've been here before, you know me, I like boxes that are, not necessarily have to be heavy duty, but I'm not a huge tuck box person, more just because I tend to break them. So it's not like I have anything inherently against tuck boxes, but here are the backs of the cards. And let me take this around for a second, because we have the cards themselves. There is one of my favorite things, a nice meaty guidebook in color. And then there's a bunch of extra cards. So some of the extra cards are actually ones you could make your own card. So see, they have the back, you could include them in your deck. Like, there's a few of those. Some more here. There's some ones that aren't necessarily part of the oracle, but you have nice sayings. The mountains are home. Appalachia. I don't want no tremor. I said the tip. It doesn't amount to a hill of beans. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Appalachia is my fate. Y'all means all. I like that. There's a recipe for spoon bread. I'd rather be snapping beans than scrolling feeds. An apple butter recipe. And here we go. Appalachia. I always say Appalachia, but clearly that's wrong. So Appalachia. I'm learning something new today. I'm going to keep this extra up to the side so that I can say it correctly, or try to keep reminding myself to say it correctly. But let's go a little slower through the cards, and I can, if I might read a few, I might not. Also just want to look a little bit. I haven't had a huge chance to look through it so far. So let's see. So in the beginning, she has some, let's say, some sort of this is Hi Friends in Spirit, and kind of gives her story, as well as a little bit of what it means to be from Appalachia. And like, for instance, here it says, I wanted to take care and sharing the people and history of Appalachia is more than a monolith. And then she has different, let's see, earth, fire, air, water, with a dash of something extra, victuals, and the spirits that binds them all. Victuals. Can't believe I messed it up, because I'm not from Appalachia, but I'm from a part of the country where that's not like an uncommon word. Maybe we just say it differently, or I don't know. Let's see. And I'm just kind of looking through. Let's see. And then she says there are 18 bonus. Okay, there are 18 bonus cards. A gift for myself and the Illustrator. These cards are for you to give out to friends, tape to your bathroom mirror, or even incorporate into the deck. There are 2 that have recipes and 1 that's a coupon. They have a unique orange back, so you know to remove them from the deck. There are also blank cards for you to doodle on or write your own favorite quotes, mantras, or meanings. We suggest using permanent markers on these for best results. They're so lovely. We hope you enjoy them as much as we do. I think that's such a lovely thing to have done. And she has a little bit of a content warning. So the elements are earth, fire, air, water, victuals, and spirit. She has a section on how to use the deck. How is it be showing this? She has a section on how to use the deck. One card pull. 3 card pulls. Celtic cross. And a number of other ones. I always love to see what different creators, what spreads they include, because a lot of people, when they include spreads, obviously they'll include like 1 card, 3 card Celtic cross, but it seems like a lot of creators will include their own spreads, and I think that can be just as meaningful as the actual cards themselves are. Maybe not just as meaningful, but like add an extra meaning. And then she has the card information and then some recipes. Here in the back, there's that apple butter and spoon bread, cornbread, katsu pesto, soup beans, apple stack cake, kilt lettuce, potato nochi, and simple marinara. Alright, so let's go ahead and start going through the cards. And I think what I've sort of been thinking as I've been talking, I think what I'll do is, I pulled this the other day, is as I show the cards, if one really kind of jumps out at me, then I'll go to the book and we can do a read. So, what's neat about these cards is she has the symbol for, is it earth, air, water, fire, victuals, etc. And she has the title and the image, but she also has, like, the upright meaning is written upright, and if it's reversed, the reverse is written upright, right? So I think that's kind of cool. Shed the past, embrace new beginnings. Your instinct is to walk away, so walk away. And so what I'll do is I'll pull these. I'm not going to read both the top and bottom. Leave some mystery there for you. But what I will do is, kind of go through and read. Like I said, I might pull some to actually read from, but I'll read the. So katsu say haunts, but I think it's haints. Tomato hornworm. I'm actually gonna pull that one because hopefully she has but actually how to pronounce it. So let's see that. I'm guessing it's spirits. Or maybe fire. Oh, is that what? Yeah, she has a symbol right there, so sometimes I'm kind of tense. Okay, so that's the fire symbol. You know, it actually looks like fire. The Haints card represents the eerie and unsettling presence of spirits or unresolved energies. In Appalachian folklore, Haints are seen as restless spirits bound to the places they once inhabited, often due to unfulfilled tasks or injustices. They linger as warnings or disruptions, carrying energies that can invoke discomfort and unease. Drawing inspiration from Gula Geechee traditions, where Haint blue is painted on doorways and porch ceilings to keep spirits away, the Haints card encourages creating personal barriers against disruptions, especially those that could disturb your emotional or spiritual balance. Upright. If you hear it, no you didn't. Upright, the Haints card advises you to avoid engaging with unsettling presences, whether they appear as whispers from the woods, shadows, or unexplained encounters. Just as folklore encourages respectful distance from these spirits, this card emphasizes trusting your instincts when something feels off. The element of fire infuses this message with both courage and caution. Though you may sense an otherworldly call, not every presence requires acknowledgement. Listen to your intuition and resist the urge to investigate every shadow. Let your silence serve as your shield, preserving your peace. Reversed, if it knocks, don't answer the call. When reversed, the Haints card warns of temptations to engage forces that seek to pull you into their narrative. This knock on your metaphorical door is a call you're encouraged to ignore, and answering can invite unnecessary disruption. The element of fire, often associated with transformation, here urges restraint. Transformation doesn't always come through confrontation. Stand firm in your boundaries and let disturbances pass without engagement, trusting that some mysteries are best left untouched for your own well-being and peace. So let's continue. Strawberry corn. Grapes. Mulberry black thing. Mothman. Oop. I shuffled these the other day, so sorry that I have some of the quote cards actually in the thing. It says, I have traveled outside the mountains, but never lived apart from them. I always feared mountains would be as jealous, as unforgiving as any spurned lover. Leave them, and they may never take you back. Besides, I never felt a need to go. There is enough to study in these hills to last a lifetime. Deer. Black bear. Mountain laurel. Crawdads. I always call them crawfish. We call them. Well, I guess we call them crawdads. Crawdaddies. Newt. Creek. Nettle tea. So I like that. I like this deck so far. I haven't used it a lot, but I like it. And I also really like play space decks. And well, there's certain things about the words and the imagery that, you know, resonates about home for me, like June bugs. I used to love, or like there's a lot of bugs I don't like, but June bugs are not one of them. And I like how when they land on you, or if you pick one up, they kind of stick to you. Like most bugs, I would not be happy they're sticking to me, but I like how their little legs, I don't know, they don't want to let go. Dandelion. Oh, sorry. Possum. So that's that image from the front of the box. Black soil. Trash panda. I had one of those in my backyard like last year. Knocked our feeder off. Slow butted. Cold town. Outhouse. Bonfire. Rocking chair. Love a good rocking chair. Holler. Nighttime symphony. Water spigot. This reminds me of all, you know, I'm sure everybody's seen those things on like Instagram or TikTok or wherever, where people are like, young people are like, I can't believe you guys used to drink out of a hose. And then I guess I'm one of the older people now, like, we used to drink out of I guess I just bring it up. I think it's funny that in both generations, whether younger or older, take some sort of like pride in doing something or not doing something. I don't know. And it's like random stuff. Like sweet tea. River cane basket. Oh, I love a good summer storm. It's one thing we get storms here where I live now, but where I'm from, oh man, you could get some serious storms. Unicorn, and that's something I miss. I mean, we get some good ones here, but we do get lightning bugs, and when I grew up, they had already kind of, I guess, left where we lived, you know, like, I guess not extinct, but like the habitat wasn't really there. Mountain spirits. I love the colors in this deck. Snapping beans. Cast iron skillet can make some good cornbread. I want to see this real quick. These like little corn pone. I believe so. Let's see. Apple stack cake. I love cornbread. Whether it's homemade or out of Jiffy box. I like it all. Mix. Barn. Corn shuck doll. I had a friend from Chicago, I think, gave me one of those corn shuck doll, actually. Lady slipper. That's an orchid. Root work. Mushrooms. And I don't know if those are bryophytes. I'm not sure. The green. Some ferns. Honeysuckle. I know around here we have bush honeysuckle, which is an invasive species. Quilt. I'm gonna look up quilt because it's a very, I don't know, resonant card with the place I'm from and the place I now live. So I wanna look that one up. Alright, so quilt. This is not a spirit. The quilt card represents the patterns and connections that shape your life. Each decision, relationship, and event we encounter contributes to the larger picture. This card encourages awareness of patterns, embracing those that support you and transforming those that do not. It speaks to the wisdom in recognizing the threads that weave through your life, highlighting the power of choice in shaping your path. Upright, the answer is to observe the patterns. Upright, the quilt card encourages you to pay close attention to the recurring patterns in the behavior of those around you. Just as a quilt is made of distinct pieces sewn into a cohesive whole, the actions and interactions of others offer valuable clues about underlying motives, relationships, and dynamics. Whether it's recognizing consistent behavior in a coworker, a friend, or a loved one, embrace the knowledge that comes from seeing these patterns for what they are, using them to navigate your relationship and life with greater confidence and wisdom. Reversed, there's a pattern you must break. Reversed, the quilt card highlights a repetitive cycle in your life that needs to be disrupted. This is a call to acknowledge and address habits or relationships that no longer serve you. The spirit element emphasizes the need for change and growth. Identify what is holding you back and take steps to break this cycle, allowing room for renewal and positive transformation. Just as a quilt can be altered or mended, so can the patterns in your life. Trust in your strength to make these changes, knowing that releasing what restricts you is a vital step towards spiritual growth and personal empowerment. There's just a few more cards left. Pack Horse Librarian. I actually just read about one that's in, I don't remember if it's in the Grand Canyon or it's somewhere out west, but it uses mules, I think. Canyon. I like that pepperoni roll. Soup beans. Apple butter. I think we're in the fiddles right now. Boiled peanuts. And there's no rhyme or reason to which pile I'm putting these in. And most of them are going here because that's closer to my hand. Granny Healer. Embrace the healer you are meant to be. Mischief is a foot to protect yourself. I like Granny. I had a Granny and I helped convince my mom when she became a grandmother to go with Granny with that term. Because I love Granny. Warrior's Path. Dragon's Back. Folk music. Pollinator. And that is it. So this is the let's read it together. Appalachia. The Appalachian Spirit Deck. Alright, and I'm almost at half an hour, but let's go ahead, rather than me just going like, and scene. Let's pick another card to read. I'm just gonna, maybe we'll do the Granny Healer. I felt like I should do that one anyway when I pulled it, so Granny Healer it is. And we will leave on that note. So let's find Granny Healer. Okay. It's another one of the spirit cards, so you can see that image here. The Granny Healer card represents the rich spiritual practices of mountain folk, blending the roles of healer, guardian, and keeper of ancestral wisdom. It calls you to connect with the mystical knowledge passed down through generations, rooted in the spirit of the mountains. This card encourages nurturing your unique abilities and honoring sacred traditions, reminding you that the spirits of your ancestors guide you in bringing healing and insight to others. This card holds extra power when drawn alongside the root work card. Upright. Embrace the healer you are meant to be. In its upright position, the Granny Healer card invites you to fully embrace the role of healer that is your spiritual birthright, a practice of kitchen witchery in particular. Like the Granny witches of old, revered for their deep connection to the earth, knowledge of herbs, and spiritual insight, you're called to be a modern-day practitioner of this ancient mountain craft. This card encourages you to trust in your healing powers, whether through the use of traditional remedies, spiritual practices, or emotional support to bring comfort and relief to those around you. The element of spirit reminds you that by embracing this role, you honor the mystical powers of the hill folk who come before you. Reversed, mischief is afoot. Protect yourself. When reversed, the Granny Healer card warns of unsettling. I always pronounce this word mischievous. I always say mischievous, but I think it's actually mischievous. Influences around you. Like the Granny witches who safeguarded themselves with protective charms, this card urges vigilance and shielding from negativity. Whether through setting boundaries, cleansing your space, or trusting your intuition, now is the time to bolster your defenses. Guard yourself from unseen forces at play to maintain your peace and safety. I like that card especially for today because I'm probably going to upload this today, but if I don't, it's being filmed on Mother's Day, and my granny's been gone for 24 years, a little less than 24 years, and I still think about her all the time, and sometimes she visits in dreams, so I like that there's a granny card. Anyway, so here's to you, Granny. And my other grandmother, who I'm not going to say because I try not to say too many words that might, piece together who I am, which is dumb because it's not like I'm anybody or that the people who know me watch this. But for whatever reason, I'm very paranoid about that. So we'll just say I have a granny, and then I have another grandmother too. She's also been gone for a long time, about 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years. Sorry, I'm just all of a sudden getting it's Mother's Day. It's weird that it's not weird that they're gone, because if they were still alive, they'd be the oldest people on the planet. But they both, I grew up somewhere where people still live, near grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff. So it's, yeah, they were part and parcel of life. You know what I mean? They weren't just someone you called on Mother's Day, in other words. You know what I mean? So even though they're gone, I'd like to. I'm just sort of rambling, but it's an ASMR video, so I'm allowed to ramble. Because if you're watching this, that's what you like, right? Probably the sound of my voice. So hopefully give me the grace to just ramble. I'm kind of not sure how to wrap up with Granny, because I don't want to let Granny go. But this is Granny Healer card. This is the folk music card. This is the Amazingly Rich guidebook. Thank you for creating that. Like I've said in other videos, I love a deck that is both visually appealing and that's been really thought out. I say word-wise, it's a very inarticulate way of talking, but someone is sort of the whole package, and you could use the cards intuitively, but you also have something really deep and meaningful that someone has sort of poured their thoughts and intuition and feelings into, to hopefully connect us to different parts of ourselves and others and to the world. And here's the box. It's very well made. And like I said, Emily amazing. I'll put her website as well as her Etsy shop in the description, and then from there, like from her website, you'll be able to find like her links to social media and things like that. So if you want to, engage with her on things like Instagram. So thank you, Emily, if you're seeing this, for meeting the other day. And no, she did not pay me to do this. I bought the deck before I had met with her, so this is not a paid promotion. And if you like this deck, I encourage you to go ahead and pick it up. And I hope this was helpful to you in some way, and hope to see you soon, and look forward to some one card pulls from this deck.